Hi, everybody. Jim Hahn with Real Life Rosary, and this is a daily meditation for real life. Today, we celebrate the great feast of the Transfiguration, that event where Jesus takes Peter, James, and John up onto the mountaintop, and they see Jesus as he truly is, transfigured, fully divine. That divinity shines forth through his being. We're told that his garments are whiter than any fuller on earth could make them, which is nice. But I can imagine that Jesus is glowing, that through his skin, through his just around his being, that he's just this glowing, beautiful, handsome, amazing person standing there on the mountain with his disciples. I mean, sometimes we see this glow in other people, and we want that. I know I do. I've seen it. You see a sister or a nun walking down the street or after church, and you think to yourself, my goodness, she is beautiful. She's glowing. She's full of joy. She's full of happiness. She's full of life. What is it about her? She's just glowing. Or maybe you see a priest in the same way. He's embraced his vocation. He loves what he's doing for the Lord, and he glows. He's on the altar, he glows. He's in the hospital, he glows. There's just something about him. You say, I want that. What is that? There's something different about this person. Or maybe we see it in a married couple. Maybe whether they've been married recently or for a long time. They're in love with each other, but more importantly, they're in love with God. And that love for God brings them closer together. It makes their love more complete. And we see that glow, we see that happiness, we see that joy, that fullness. We see it just emanating from them. We see this married couple, we're like, wow, they're beautiful. They're so awesome. I want that. So we see these glimpses of transfiguration in other people, and Peter, James, and John saw it fully in Jesus. I mean, in fact, if we think about it, we're all supposed to be that way. We were all intended to be that way from the very beginning, have this glow of holiness, this glow of life and joy and happiness, all of that shining through from our very being. And that's what Peter, James, and John saw. And I think that they were transfigured as well in the fact that they saw that and they realized this is what we're supposed to be too. This is what we're supposed to have too. And they were all excited and they were full of joy and happiness. And Peter writes about it in his letter and in today's readings as well. And we have that sometimes. I have those experiences. I go to a conference. I go on retreat. I read a good book. I listen to a CD. Something sparks that life inside of me, and I see that glimpse of heaven. But unfortunately, like Peter, later on, I'll deny Jesus. Or like the other apostles, later on, I'll abandon him. It's part of that experience. And I think God uses those glimpses to keep us moving forward closer to heaven, to where that glow, that beauty, that transfiguration is permanent and forever. So I think our goal really is to be having those transfiguration experiences, not for themselves, but so that we're closer to Jesus. Because the more times that we're closer to Jesus, the more that we're with him, the more we're going to see those glimpses of divinity, those glimpses of glow that we're supposed to have. And it's going to keep us moving closer and closer to heaven. When we get far between those glimpses, it's when we start to fall and falter. So maybe our challenge today, or sometime during this week, is to work on getting away with Jesus. 5, 10, 30, 60 minutes, getting away with Jesus. You don't have to climb to the top of a mountain unless you have one close to you, which would be awesome. But maybe going outside for a walk, maybe going to the local chapel, maybe going to adoration, maybe reading a good book or listening to a CD, maybe listening to Catholic radio, something to go away with Jesus and see that glimpse of divinity. Go for the glow. That's what we want. We want to have that holiness within ourselves, not for itself and not for ourselves, but to be light to the rest of the world. We want to have that transfiguration of our own selves so somebody else can see us and say, wow, what does she have? What does he have? What is that about them? We want the rest of the world to see that, not for our own pride, not for our own selves, but to lead people closer to him. So maybe sometime tonight, the rest of the week, someday, set aside some time. Look for Jesus. Go with him away somewhere and be transfigured. See those glimpses. Go for the glow. May God bless you. Until next time, this is Jim Hahn with Real Life Rosary, and this has been a daily meditation for real life.